Hey, morning, folks. Happy Hump Day. Hope everyone's doing all right, actually. So yesterday, obviously, the main headline was, what do you call this? Nancy Pelosi touching down in Taiwan. I'll speak about that in a bit. Just for now, like a really quick look at technical. So the S&P holding on above that prior inflection, about 40, 78, there and thereabouts. Um, Why, you ask? Because there was so much talk about, oh yeah, the market might tank, whatever, rising tensions and all these things, which makes sense. But by the end of the day, it's pretty much, sorry, 2 seconds. So by the end of the day, that's pretty much priced in, if that makes sense. So the reason, but we'll run through the charts for a while here. So Dixie trading back above that 106 handle, really strong stuff from overnight Wall Street trade, very concerted, very decisive. T notes above that, so we basically opened. Electronic open was around this area here, and this was that prior level I was looking at. If you look at, so what we're seeing here is a dip in yields from yesterday because of the dollar strength, pretty much. Uh, Very considered stuff. Did I not talk about this yesterday? The Japanese yen, a retest of this area would be pretty great as a short area. I hope some people listened and took the trade, really. um, One thing that I do want to mention, I saw this morning, and I rarely speak about cable, but we are due to um, get a, you know, once in 27 years kind of rate hike expected from the Bank of England. So, might be worth a look. We have here, so this goes all the way back to the like mid-May. So, yeah, so mid-May there and thereabouts, this sort of channel going back. And we have some from the 15th of July over here, this very clear supportive trend line about to get tested. So break of this retest around this basically top of the channel here, so would line up there around the 1.2 to 100s handle to a short below very clear targets before testing the bottom of the range or a break above. A break above, inability to uh, basically get back below the supportive trend line, maybe a dip, excess over down here, test a 2 once, and then just go back up and rally. Do I think that's going to happen? I really don't, to be honest. We might get a flurry of buying to the upside, and then see this break to basically reestablish that value area before we create a new floor, maybe around 1 2s. I would think 1 2 1s would have to hold. If you see here, we have quite a decent inflection, slightly below over there. So a hold of this, maybe some excess, couple of days of price action to really show that we're holding that line to then break this, what do you call this, break this top of channel again and then continue on. But that's not an easy trade to make. I would prefer it lower to then get in, mid prior lows here. Brilliant place because we have the Dixie to contend with. Um, Second thing is because, okay, so the main headline today, not headline, like the main driver today for crude would be OPEC plus. And I've just heard over the scope that Kazakhstan is saying that OPEC might need to increase production or increase supply on the market to meet demand. So kind of shows that, okay, demand is returning and they might not have enough supply to meet that demand. So it might be, just putting words out there. Oh, but usually, whenever like on that day itself, if you hear rumors and all these things from OPEC ministers or sources, that's usually OPEC. It's usually central banks are trying to tell the market, okay, we might be doing this, right? So it's a method of the method of communication is one of the tools that are available to central bankers and all these guys. All right, so before I close out here, a really quick run on, okay, so what escalations can happen in regards to China. So first thing, we've already seen this, some missile tests, right? Military drills around the Taiwan area in the waters, basically. That's the first one. Um, so was that the first one? Yeah. So, and then you also could look at they are going to hit sand, fish, and tech because Taiwan is a small place, so they might. So this is like a supply blockade, basically, like what the Trade Federation did in Star Wars. Now, criminalizing separatists. China's one of the most watched countries in the world, so they obviously know, in a way, I think they do. Like who the separatists are over on that side of the island. So they, instead of just like saying they might do something, they actually criminalize these people and put them on trial and really putting those penalties to its fullest extent. Diplomatic protests. I mean, they'll talk about it, but they know it's not going to be anything really. No one's going to be like, "Oh, China, pity you." Like, no one's. That's just not going to happen. Cyber attacks. So late Tuesday, Taiwan was hit with a major cyber attack. So that's about like 20 minutes of just system shutdowns, like 200 times. This was on Bloomberg, 200 times worse than usual. Um, but the worst thing they can do in terms of escalating the tensions right now is by seizing an island. Okay, because that's land. The moment they seize an island, then like, pardon my French, but all hell is going to break loose, right? The world will be watching, and that is just them saying, okay, come at us, we'll do what it takes. Now you think I'm playing? No, we're not. Okay, so I hope that was useful. Have a good session ahead. For crew traders, keep it clean, keep it steady. You know, remember, the morning read is always out before this briefing, so you know, don't forget to hit subscribe. It's over on the Dun Capital website, but if you subscribe on the one in LinkedIn, my LinkedIn, you'd get basically the email each day whenever it comes out, which is a lot earlier than when I post them up in Insta or Twitter and all these things. So I hope this is Reed, bringing you today's daily briefing. Cheers.